Good afternoon, everybody. This is PreMarket Prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin, Mitch Hotch with you for the end of today's trading session. It's been an eventful day. It always is when you have Jerome Powell speaking and a Fed statement and a Fed meeting, and that's what we had today. Joel, how do the markets react to what Mr. Powell had to say?
I think Mr. Powell had both hands, and this is what he was doing. He had the big old punch bowl in front of him, and he had both hands. He had gallons of Costco, the ones I buy, and he was just going like this, and he was just pouring it in. He was spiking the punch bowl. Not only are interest rates staying flat through 2056, there's no inflation. We're on the verge of a super recovery from the downturn, and I mean, he couldn't say anything more bullish. Market went red a little bit when he was speaking, but never took out that pre-market low. That was actually tested early in the session. We got to 0450. That's missing the all-time high just by a few ticks at 07. Need to close above 93.50 to post a new all-time closing high. So
What's that chart?
full spikeage by Mr. Powell. I want to be at that. I like to be at some of those Fed meetings, but I guess they're doing virtual now. Crude's having a good day. That's up 23 cents at 47.85, knocked on the door, $48. Gold in a rocky session, that's up 1170 at 1867. Silver up 78.6 cents at 24.42 and a half. And Bitcoin did break into that 21,000 handle. 21,030 is the high on the futures, and currently trying to close up there. And they say there's no such thing as a triple top. That was my article today. My pre-market prep stock of the day was actually a future, and it was Bitcoin. And you had those two highs right there at 20,300. They blew it through there, and here we go, knocking on the door at 21,000. In that article, I also included some clips. I think Chubbs put the clips in there from Yusko when he was on, and I think that was like around November 9th. So that's when we had our most recent bullish analyst on for Bitcoin. So there's a breakdown.
Maybe if you can go back to that S&P's chart for a second, just so we can look at what the reaction to what Powell said when he said it, right? Because basically, I'm Joel's being facetious, but not by much. Or really, what he was pretty positive. He talked up the inflation, said unemployment's going down, the GDP is going up, and surprise, surprise, he called for more fiscal stimulus, as he's been wanting to do with every public statement for the past couple of months now, since the first round of stimulus stopped. So can we see that big green candle?
Yeah. Well, this was the initial. We popped and we dropped a little bit, and then this is it. This is when he started really, with the full spikeage was right here. Then we took out the pre-market high. So, well, what's he up? 22? Is that when
Oh,
he just polished
I
up
don't
his
actually
bid?
know.
When he's up, but I mean, he just put the finishing touches on his resume there. But you know what? Overall, I mean, who am I to criticize a guy that has navigated us through a crisis? I guess if you just print money, it's pretty easy to do. But
Right. So that was the big takeaway from this, is that they're going to keep buying bonds, and they're going to tell us, they're going to give us ample warning when they stop. So
oh gosh, that's just gonna be great. So then we know when to start shorting bonds. But who knows? I mean, inflation is a wild card. Depends what you use to measure inflation. We see it. We see it in the housing market. We see it when we go to the grocery store. But hey, you know what? There's also what you got to keep in mind is there's also inflation in stocks when you have inflation. So you get prices inflated. But anyways, that's the wrap on the Fed meeting. Trying to close over 3,700 here. Triple D, man, he's got to loan us that crystal ball. He was talking about Pfizer today,
yeah.
and actually, he kind
Actually,
of.
I could have told you this was going to happen
Oh,
because
I said it a couple weeks ago. I said, someone, is going to drop dead or something from this. And then there was kind of rumors about the The allergic reactions. Go ahead, Spencer.
Right.
Give us.
So yeah, the headline is it's nothing like anyone died or anything, but there some people who've gotten the Pfizer vaccine have had some allergic reactions. I guess there was a person I saw where in Alaska, yeah, a health worker in Alaska had an allergic reaction. I could have told you that was going to happen because I don't even know if I'm like supposed to get the vaccine. I have a nut allergy. Anyone with a nut or an egg allergy, and there may be one or two other allergens, are predisposed to allergic reactions in vaccines. They always warn you every year, like about the flu shot. If you have a nut vaccine, just tell your doctor, talk to your doctor about that, right? So they warn you every year if you have these common allergies. So I don't even know if I'm supposed to get this vaccine in light of that, but yeah, not totally unsurprising. These allergens can lead to reactions in vaccines. So
If people don't know, both Spencer and I both have peanut allergies,
yeah,
and well, peanuts obviously leads to peanut butter. I used to be allergic. You're not allergic to eggs anymore, are you?
I've never been allergic to eggs, but I want to
Oh,
say
okay,
we
okay.
we are the coolest show on Wall Street. Two guys both allergic to nuts.
You know what? You know what was really, really hard was growing up as a kid. I like had hay fever, and I was allergic to like the horse dander.
Yeah,
And my dad owned racehorses. So that was like, my sister always got to go back and see the horses, and then I'd have to sit in the car because
yeah.
my eyes would blow up like a balloon. But
Again, just with regards to Pfizer, this isn't that big a deal. Obviously, it's going to make headlines, but I mean, anyone with egg or nut allergies knows this is a risk of taking any vaccine or
yep.
any drug for that matter. So yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not a big.
How'd your pot stocks do today?
That's a good question. And
I just want to know, Triple D was a little hard on you today, and I wasn't gonna hop in there and rescue or anything.
no, I felt like we came to an agreement. I mean, maybe I exaggerated a little bit when I said there was several dozen U.S. listed pot companies that don't touch the plant. There are maybe like a dozen or less, or less than that worth knowing. But
I got a new term. Can I coin a new term?
yeah.
I was gonna say he went Raz on you.
No. I mean, how do the pod stocks do with every time they get a bullish headline? Right? They fade it, they pop, and they drop. And this is a good thing. And this Afria Tilray merger is a good thing for both companies. And I would add that Javier Haas, who is Benzinga's cannabis editor, managing editor, actually spoke to both CEOs today. There's a good article on Benzinga right now just about that. Talked about the merger process, whether they're going to have any layoffs, spoiler alert, or not, and just how that will work. So I highly recommend reading Javier's article on Benzinga.com right now. Conversation with both the CEOs of Afria and Tilray. That being said, they all kind of gave those gains back.
Yeah, CGC, who we talked about. This wasn't really relevant to that. Ooh, this was an interesting chart here, folks. You've had your up and downs here, but man, am I hastening to say here? We got a little bit of a triple top forming here. You definitely got some resistance here. 27.15. Interesting. Better bust through there, folks, or you could come down and fill that gap, maybe to 20, the top of the $24 range here. But definitely some resistance there forming. And also for you monthly traders, trading on your monthly candles right there, boom, 2 months in a row. And that's just above your high that you had last year. So let's keep an eye on GTC. Let's keep an eye on that resistance, folks. See if we can clear that, or we got some work to do on the downside. S&P's tailing off here a little bit, but still poised to make a new all-time closing high. All we have to do is close above 93.50.
For whatever it's worth, Erwin Simon, who's the CEO of Afria, said conversations with Tilray started as far back as a year ago, 12 months ago, but they only began entertaining a merger recently. So
Andrew Garber, I'm kicking myself on this DKNG because the pen had moved so nicely. It was due for a little catch-up move. those Christmas gifts, those gift certificates. There was the
It's
catalyst today.
yeah, gift cards, right? We didn't get around to mentioning
Mm.
them this morning, but Draftkings had a press release out at 7 a.m. and they are launching a gift card. I guess you can go to Target and you're at the register and you can buy a gift card to give you money on Draftkings. I guess that's not.
Yeah, I just uh we kind of joked about it on the pre like we're like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Well, I don't know if there was another catalyst out there for it, but yeah, that's a clean break. And boy, here we can, well, you guys are pulling up some good charts. Actually, I pulled up this one, but let's see what we can do here. Can we do come on, give me another shot here. I'm gonna have to talk to my buddy Gary here to come
Joel,
on.
when you're done with this one, can you do me a favor and look at GAN in the
Okay,
same sector?
okay. All right, but look at this. This is a juicy looking. Oh, we did this before, and that $50 was right there. So you got up it a few times, you tested it, then you just hung there, and then right there, boy, that's a nice move. I'm kicking myself on that one. I really have a hard time though these stocks because I'm just so bitter about try what I tried to do 20 years ago. I actually had software where you could trade games into it trade sports intra-game, and the government kind of got in the way of it. But interesting chart here in Gann. Gann's having a good day. Was sleepy. You got this move right here. This I see. There's only one pesky high to get rid of here, and that's 1730. And then what you at your high today? 1728. So both there you go. You did back off 50 cents, so you got some work to do. But right there, Mitch, mark that down. 1730. Good day for the gaming stocks, and I'm sure does Penn hit $100 yet? Yep. Penn's have wow. That thing's on fire, man. That thing now the new all-time high. Made easy work of that 84.75 high. Just only took 2 days to do it. So nice looking chart there. S&Ps. I don't know if we saw some. I don't know if we saw some seller balances or not, but we're tailing off here a little bit. Just need to close above 93.50 for that new all-time high.
I should note that Andrew Cuomo, governor of New York, said on a live stream today that they've talked about sports betting as an avenue to raise money for the state. So he seems
I mean,
to
come on, yeah. Why would they wait? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're going to need a lot of money after all these people. I mean, that city's going to have a hard time recovering. I mean, they're even talking about shutting down next month too. So, yeah. I mean, it's I mean, to think it's not going to be approved everywhere. Yeah, Andrew Garver, sports betting and pop, and EVs. That's all you need to do. You want my 3 suggestions for next year? Sports betting. Well, not really pot, but EVs, Chinese electrical vehicle companies. I'm saying this tongue in cheek, folks. Tongue in cheek. This is not investment advice. What else are we going to cover here in the last 6 minutes?
Yeah, let's go to the chat. Oh, did you look at Teledoc? We hit on that at the end of our show. Got the hit from the Amazon headline.
Yeah, and it didn't really. Did we take out the pre-market low? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Here. Oh yeah, we did. We did. You're right, Spencer. You did take out that pre-market low with a little bit of gusto. I was looking at all these lows here. So I would have been, if I was trying to buy this, I would have been left in the dark there because it did not get under 180. Put in a nice bottom. It took a little while to come in at 182 and recovering. But, once again, Des talked, about buying the dip on this one. And it didn't meet his criteria for valuation. So, yeah, you don't like Amazon playing in your backyard, and that's exactly what they're doing.
That being said, these can sometimes be buying opportunities. I always think back to Amazon buying Whole Foods and what Walmart and Costco and Target did that day. If you had just bought that dip, anyway, moving on.
Kroger too.
Yeah, Kroger too.
Actually, I remember that day so well because Kroger had earnings and I was long Kroger puts, and I think I covered them, and then I think the next day Amazon came out and bought Whole Foods and they crushed it.
Why does it always happen to you? I think that always happens.
Oh man, it was just like, well, hey, I told it through earnings and then the next day and they went va boom. But Kroger, that chart doesn't look good. What happened? I guess that's a stay-at-home stock, huh?
Uh,
Kroger, right?
I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Did
So,
you ever go to that Kroger by you?
a little bit here and there.
You know, it makes I use their coleslaw for my special Georgia Rubens, and the last 2 times I've been there, they haven't had my coleslaw. So I may be
Okay.
I may be shorting Kroger soon.
Okay. 3:56. Got 4 minutes left in the session. Going through the chat. BITW. This is a crypto fund. So
It's got to be ripping. Yeah.
yeah.
New ripping. What else you want to say about this one?
Yeah.
I don't. 200? No, 139. I thought it was 199. Yeah. I mean, how are the other? How's Mara? Mara having a good day. Ooh, up a stick 10. I wish I knew what they did. And then Riot. How's that doing? Boom.
Spencer, why are you laughing, man?
Does anyone know what Mara and Riot blockchain? Does anyone know what they actually do? Mara's Marathon Patent Group. Does anyone know what that means?
Nope. What's this RMG? Is this a SPAC? Tell me about it. Tell me about it, Mitch.
Yeah, it's a SPAC.
Mitch?
They're merging with oh gosh, I can't remember. I can't keep these guys straight. Romeo Systems. That merger is going to happen on the 28th.
What's Romeo Systems do?
Mitch, I was going to let you take that unless you want me.
Yeah. So one of the things is that we actually had the CEO on our show. So we had them on, Lionel. And so what they do, they're actually teaming up with Romero Power. And so Romero Power is going to be into battery technology. So it's the thing behind the thing, like we always talk about on Benzinga.
Yeah, Jeff said he was off, and I can't tell you if this is going up or it's going down, but I could tell you there's very good support in this issue. $18. Someone is accumulating here, so if you're trying to swing it, you had a 4-day sell-off. Actually, you reversed today. That 18, man, I like that level if you want to actually lean on that. That is a nice looking chart. And, you had your bump up to almost 24, 18, 6, 20, 21 easily. I like that support there.
I love it.
It's going to go up, but I can identify. We're leaking here into the.
That's the same price point I called out, Joel. If you look at SPAC's attack today, literally the same price point.
You know why? Because it's simple, and we talk about this on the show several times. If you're looking at a chart and you're like squinting and you're looking like, whenever I look at this chart, I don't know what the hell to say. Costco, okay?
Is it still bunching up? No.
Yeah, it goes. It's like the Accord. Well, here is a nice March. I wasn't looking at it then, but like, how do you down and you go up and you give it back in a day and then you go. I mean, that's a tough stock. But man, what is that clinging to like 370 there? Folks, keep an eye. This thing better get back over 370. I'd see this. There's some air here between 370 and 360, and this would be the opposite. It's this. This is stay-at-home stock. S&Ps, man. I'm trying to get them to close over 93.50 here, but you got some sellers coming in on the close. It's going to be. We'll see. We got the 5 o'clock to trade to do this, but a little selling pressure. Let's see. OP said Costco is a buy. Okay. Well, as long as you have a stop in there and you're looking, it's going to be thick between 370 and 380. I can tell you that right now. Spencer, anything you want to
chat helping us out, or helping me out with regards to the matter on the Riot? I guess they both mine Bitcoin, so that answers my question. Yeah. Thank you to Rule Black and Are You Correct? A few other commented on that in the chat. So more knowledgeable than me on these Bitcoin stocks. It's 4 o'clock. That means we're closed. Oh, I should mention the earnings we're going to get. We have Lennar after the close today. That's pretty much it. Tomorrow is FedEx after the close.
How are they not going to beat? I mean,
well, I would caution you that the fiscal quarter was what? ended for them. What, October is the end of their fiscal quarter, I think. So, not the holiday season. Maybe it ended in November. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. But holiday demand wouldn't be factored into what they're reporting. That being said, they're going to be so.
Yeah, how they're going to guide, how the street's going to react. Let's just do one more here. I haven't looked at Zoom. Last time I was looking at it, it was having a hard time getting off the mat. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's trying. That's all I can say, folks. It's trying. I mean, 380, you got your low, the drop after the earnings day. But you know what you got to do? You got to get rid of this guy 420, 418 to 420. There will be no upside until that thing major upside until you can clear 420. And this is one of the stocks you kind of like to root against because, that means things are getting back to normal and, we'll be, getting out of the house soon. So that's not rooting against it. Not rooting against my Peloton, though. I think Peloton is, I don't know. Whew, that's a nice move. This is almost back to all-time high. I should have bought more when Lisa told me to buy it. I hope she doesn't look at this chart soon. All right. That's it, Spencer. We're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Who's our guest tomorrow?
Oh, great question. It's the person who you've been wondering about for a couple of days now. We're going to talk biotech tomorrow. Mark Terest is his name. He is he's a biotech fund manager. So he's going to talk to us all about the vaccine.
Is he at 8:35?
Yep.
Or are we going to do it 5? Okay.
So we're going to be talking healthcare and biotech with Mark. That'll be tomorrow. He manages a biotech mutual fund. So that'll be tomorrow. I want to bring up our disclaimer just so you can see that all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Everyone hit that like button. No. Smash that like button. Don't hit it. Smash it.
Is there a difference between hitting and smashing?
I can tell. There's a difference. I can tell. All right, everyone, have a good rest of your day. Thanks to all of you participating in our chats. We love you. We'll talk to you guys and gals tomorrow morning. For those of you trading after hours, good luck and stay safe.